delighted to be joined by Sammie Szmodics. Sammie, another 2 goals for you yesterday. Must have been really pleased with how things went.
Yeah, good result for us, to be fair. We started the first half very slow. Gaffer addressed it at half time. And we come out second half, different formation with a different intensity. Really got the ball forward quick, and sort of allowed us attacking players to just be fluent and just roam around. And we scored the 2 goals relatively quickly.
Yeah, the 2 goals, obviously, Bem's made the first one for you. And I described it as a simple finish. I suppose it's one of them where it's instinct kind of takes over. Is that how it was?
Yeah, do you know, I actually thought Dems was going to shoot. I scored from sort of that position against Crewe, maybe a bit wider, and I thought the shot was on. So I was quite surprised when the ball fell to me. It's one of them, it's first thing that comes to your head is just hit the target. And I've had to slide into it, and really unselfish from Dems, to be fair. And then the second one is just sort of taking the ball off centre. And I'm thinking, if I hit the ball across the goal, if he parries it, John was there for a tap-in. So yeah, delighted to score another 2, really.
Yeah, you've got a couple of braces now, not just got as far as the hat-trick.
Mate. Yeah, I'm chasing the hat-trick. I had a couple of chances yesterday to grab the hat-trick, but listen, if I keep scoring braces, I'll be happy.
Yeah, it was a comfortable win in the end, as you say. Second half performance very good, just like it was at Gillingham in midweek. Obviously, 3 goals without reply in both games. It shows how strong you can come on in that second half.
Yeah, like I said to you yesterday, we addressed it a little bit about the first half. Don't know if it's we try and feel our way into the game or play our way into the game or sort of see how the opposition are going to fare against us. But we've been performing so well in second halves with the intensity. We've sort of upped in the second half, like you mentioned, at Gillingham, and yesterday's performance. I think Tomo mentioned it to me when we came off. We've won 18 points, I think it is, coming from losing positions or coming from behind or in the second half. And the person closest to us has only won 8, so it's sort of a good stat to have. But we'd like to sort of take the second half performance into the first. You'd rather start a game like that because you're not always going to finish as strong. But another good result for us yesterday. We sort of knew what Wimbledon were about. We know how the pitch was going to be yesterday, so we've been playing that really well, to be fair. And we knew at half time that it weren't good enough. Even the pace of the press, we just felt like everyone was off it a bit. So after a bit of a rally up at half time, we came out sort of a different team, really.
Yeah. So on Tuesday, we've got a long trip to Plymouth. I know you're going down on Monday, and they're very, very good at home. Obviously, a win at Gillingham will give you confidence, so that the away form it can easily be turned around.
Yeah, definitely. We've got the best home form in the country. I think it is, the gaffer said before the game, and it's just sort of we've made that a fortress. I think teams would be scared to come and play us, and the away form is something that we need to up. And it was a good start at Gillingham, coming from behind and getting the 3 points away from home. And we know Plymouth threats. Gaffer mentioned it. I think they've kept the same team in the last 3 or 4 games. They've unbeaten in 9. So we know it's going to be a tough place. And like the Gaffer mentioned, it's a long 6-7 hours go up on the Monday, but it's going to be even longer on the Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, if we don't come away with a result. So we know we need to do everything to recover right, and sort of get prepped for the long journey and do all we can to get the points up there or down there.
Yeah, down left, I think. 9 goals in 2021 for you. I know we spoke yesterday about just feeling like you're sort of free on the pitch, and I guess when we spoke around just after Christmas, when you were talking about going away at Christmas, you said that the back end of the season is when it'd be nice to sort of come alive, and you've come alive at the right time.
Yeah, listen, I'd rather come alive the whole time. I've never really had a drought like that, but like I read things, I see things when people doubt and people think, oh, spent this money on him, can he deliver? Like, pressure for me and the confidence has never been a thing. I've never doubted myself, and I always knew I'd come good, as they say, because obviously Marcus Rashford actually said it recently, said about people look at stats, really, but people don't look at what individuals do for the team and how they're actually performing, taking the stats away. But listen, the goals and assists have come. I always said they would. I'd like to score one away from home. I didn't realise they was all at home, but after going through them all, I can see now they're all at home. But I think that comes with the away form as well. But no, it's been a great start to 2021. I think personally for myself and for the team, the position we're in, apart from top, we can ask for better. Really, the league's starting to really open up, and we find ourselves in a good position.
Some of the fan questions. First and foremost, obviously, we're using Supersonic by Oasis as well. We're playing at the end, obviously, because you keep scoring.
I don't even realise we played it at the end. To be fair.
It's become a regular thing. We've launched a TikTok page now. You seem like the sort of person that might be on TikTok. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm on it. I don't have any videos. Well, I think I have one with Josh Knight and a dancing one with Louis that we made last year when I was on loan. But I've put them all on private, so I just like to browse now.
Yeah,
can't be posting that at my age.
That's
my age, just my age. I'm only 25, but
yeah.
you know.
I mean, that's why I'm not on it, because clearly I'm too old for
Cool.
it. You may have seen the alternative commentary on some of the games. They've been describing you as a Colchester Cruyff. Are you happy with that?
I'll take that. Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, you've got. Why do you think the home form has been so good in comparative terms to away form? Is that something that when you get on a roll that you feel that, not invincible, but obviously you look forward to it more, I guess, because you've got the results?
Yeah, I think like you said, it's like because we're on a bit of a roll, because our home form is so good, we're sort of really listen. We concentrate every game, but I feel like for myself personally, it's like I actually feel like people are frightened to come and play us with the conditions at the minute of the pitch and the attacking threat we have and how good we are defensively. At home, we're just such a solid wall, and I just feel like looking back from obviously up the pitch, looking back at the back four, back five, and Pimmy in goal, I just can't see us conceding. And maybe away games, I don't know if maybe we still try and play the same at home. Sometimes I think away games, maybe we need to feel our way into games. Like we're a passing team, and maybe we go to away games with the same mentality that right, pass our way through here, when sometimes it might be a case of right, just getting up to big Jono up top and playing off him. And I think we sort of done that a bit more second half, which is when we got our success. But I don't know what it is with the away form. I don't know if it's, like I said, it's the way us players play, or if it's a confidence thing away from home because we are so a confidence thing away from home because we are so good at home. I don't know, but like I said, we've sort of ticked off the win against Gillingham, and it's put us in good stead for Plymouth away.
Mike Stevenson has asked, what's the difference between playing with Jono and Ivan? Are they similar but different?
It's very similar, obviously big presence. Both just natural goal scorers. Johnson gets a chance, he scores. Like it's exactly the same as Ivan. Ivan would have a chance and he'd score. So they're very similar players. Different aspects for both of them, really. Like Jono's brought it into his game a bit more recently, but I think it was the Oxford game last year. I think Ivan was sort of defending at right back at one point. He was all over the pitch. Johnson likes to stay in the middle and up top, but he's even been moving so much more and doing other people's work, which really as a striker he shouldn't do. So it just shows like the honest player that Johnson is. But they're very similar. But listen, they're both goal scorers, which when Ivan left, he's really, people say he's the best player in the Championship, which I agree. He's irreplaceable, really. But with Johnson coming in his stats, I think 20 goals in all competitions now is unbelievable.
Someone says, what do you consider to be your best position? The thing with you is you never stay in one position anyway, do you? Because you want to get the ball. So
I'm in that starting 11, Phil.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say my favourite position is probably the 10. But with the 10, it becomes it's hard. I like playing in the 10 because it's that free role. I can go wherever I want. Sometimes playing as a second striker, I feel like I can't drop deep to get the ball. And then sometimes if I play deeper than the 10, I can't get forward as much. But I would just say my favourite position is just attacking free 10 role where I can defend and I can attack. Sort of, I'm like a box-to-box 10, really. I like to score goals, but I don't mind getting back in and sort of playing as a midfield free as well.
Someone's asked, how much sleep are you getting? I presume that means based on how much energy you put into the games rather than your private.
Not a lot, really. I'll be honest. No, not a lot. It's Tuesday nights are the worst. Yesterday was not bad because it's a 3:00 kickoff, but I speak for most of the lads. I think with this COVID schedule, so many games and that, we just fill ourselves with caffeine. We have energy shots, we have energy tablets, we have like coffee, chewing gum, like to just fill our bodies. So it's a bit like a hangover after the game where you've got so much energy in you and you're so drained that you just can't sleep. Your legs are still running and such. So I do struggle, to be fair, to sleep.
What's your favourite goal?
Ever or this season?
Just says, what's your favourite goal? So let's say ever.
Ever. Oof. I'm just gonna have to say Ipswich, I think, just because I loved it so much, and I got so much abuse, and I know people will reply to this video on Twitter and say, "Rent-free, you don't think it's a derby?" Ipswich fans will bite at me, but never lost to Ipswich, so I'd have to say the second goal last season, Portman Road, would be my favourite.
Messi or Ronaldo?
Mark Noble.
Brilliant.
Can't pick between Messi and Ronaldo. I think Messi is I think Ronaldo. I think Ronaldo is a better footballer, but Messi. I think you see stuff in the press of Ronaldo, and he does all these like Piers Morgan documentaries. I think Messi just goes, plays football, and comes home. I just think that's ledge. He's the best player in the world. He goes and has a kickabout with his mates, and then just goes home. It's class that. But yeah, Mark Noble.
This is a brilliant question. If you could replace all the grass in the world, what would you replace it with, and why?
Oof. If I could replace all the grass,
Yeah.
we could get some. We could do some grass at the stadium. To be fair, if I could replace the grass, what a weird question.
That is a weird question, Connor.
I would replace the grass with Astrid. I don't know. Terrible question.
Another fact you were thinking of an answer. It's going to be a tough question for you. West Ham finishing top 4 or Posh finishing top? Oof.
Do you know what's funny? I've been a Liverpool fan up until like 2 years ago. My dad just drilled it into me. You have to support Liverpool. His dad supported Liverpool. I support Liverpool. My brothers support Liverpool. So I've always just followed Liverpool. But I've always supported Liverpool. But I've always followed West Ham. And when you're a footballer, it's quite hard because you're playing so much. It's like if I played against Liverpool in the cup with Peter, I'd want to win. So it's like it's hard to support a team. But I think just local to me where I live and is West Ham. So the last couple of years, I've just started following West Ham, and I've just fallen in love with West Ham. But it'd have to be Posh win a league, because as a West Ham fan, it's always like you can accept mid-table. Like the season we've had this year, like with West Ham 4th in the league, like with the Champions League position, and I'm like, oh my god! But I would take West Ham being mid-table for Posh to get promoted automatically, definitely.
Do you have a goal target for yourself this season? And what footballer, past or present, do you try and learn from?
I do have one. I keep them all just to myself, but I do have one, and I've not reached it yet. And to be fair, come in December, I was way off it with 2, I think. So I'm quite close to it now with 9. And football, I base myself. Growing up, it was just Steven Gerrard. Like I said, like Liverpool connections, Dad loved it. So I'd have to base it. I always used to see him as a box-to-box goal scoring defender in everything job, which is sort of I see myself as really.
What made you get into football, and who?
Well, I think just from a young age. I think I've got an older brother, Jack, who played. Dad played. Dad was quite good, so it's one of them. And I think like if my baby's a boy, it'd be the same. It'll just be drilled in from a young age. Got picked up at 7 when I was playing locally in Essex, and like everyone says, you've got to give a lot of credit to your family and your mum and dad to at 7 to 16 taking you all around the country just to play football games on a Sunday morning. So I'd say it's my family and growing up in Essex.
Yeah. What position did your dad play then? Was he a striker?
No, he's a CDM, horrible, just tackler. Remember, I used to watch him play, and he'd just get sent off all the time. It'd be like, don't be like me, Sam. I think he was more interested in fighting on the pitch back in them days than playing. He was all right to be. Well, everyone I speak to says, yeah, he's actually all right. But he's smaller than me. He's just got a temper, so I imagine he's probably do a job in the centre actually for us at these games, like Gillingham away.
Yeah, get him involved.
Yeah.
Final question. Obviously, not so much with lockdowns, but obviously with everything being closed, everyone's dealing with things in different ways. Has it been difficult, and what advice would you give to people who are struggling?
Yeah, it's been difficult. It's been difficult for everyone, to be fair. We're quite lucky because we get to go in and see the boys all the time, every single day. So like the gaffer give us 2 days off after, can't remember, we won at home, the gaffer gave us 2 days off, and everyone's like, no, we don't want 2 days off, because we've all just got to sit at home. Like, this is our sort of release. We come into football, we all do our COVID tests, we're all negative, and we all get to spend time together. So it is hard. I feel for non-footballers, like Robin, my girlfriend, to be fair, like many other people, she's just stuck at home with the dog, can't go see her family. So, and after we've played, it's, you know, we've played or we've trained, I come home and I'm shattered, and she's been sat at home all day. So she's like, right, come on, Sam, let's go for a walk. And I think, oh, I could do without that. But then got to put myself in her shoes. She's done nothing all day. She doesn't see anyone. She just sees me. But which is quite lucky. I mean, I'd love to live with me. But no, advice, I'd just say, just keep yourself, it's hard. Keep yourself busy, try and get a new hobby. Maybe, I think in the last lockdown, my girlfriend's actually at our storage unit in Peterborough at the minute. I'm going to go after this because we've got so much stuff in there. And in the last lockdown, I bought a guitar, a ukulele, a keyboard. That might be it. To learn in lockdown, and not used one of them. So if anyone wants to buy one off me, drop me a message, please. I thought I need to learn something new. I'm driving myself mental here. There's only so much PlayStation you can play, or how many dog walks you can go on. But advice would just be just to I suppose speak if you're not well, and try and get a new hobby. And I think fresh air is the best thing for you. Get yourself into a little routine, and try and live a normal life in this weird world.